guys, welcome to our presentation on student engagement recognition using Slovest. We are group launch and here is our team.
Okay, my name is Muhammad Adhar Rashid Askari with NRP 15 2023 089, and I am here as a member first member or member one.
Hi, my name is Abdurrahman Alfar, and then student number 50 2023 98.
My name is Muhammad Husni, student number 152023088.
Hello, my name is Yajal Sidik, NRP 15 2003 and I'm member 4.
And my name is Afisa Marbuana, student number 152023094.
Okay, in modern education, especially in large classrooms, monitoring every student's engagement manually is extremely difficult. Teachers cannot keep an eye on everyone simultaneously, making manual observation subjective and inconsistent. Therefore, we need an automated AI-based system to solve this. For this project, we utilize the OUC CGE datasets that provides a rich collection of classroom videos labeled with various engagement levels such as high, medium, and low engagement. So, to ensure our model learns effectively, we organize the datasets carefully. We split the datasets into three parts that includes 70% for training, 20% for validation, and 10% for testing. In this 10% testing set is crucial as it allows us to evaluate the model objectively on unseen data later.
Okay. The our system is built on the Slovest architecture, which is a state of the art for video recognition. It works by using two pathways, slow pathway to capture detailed specific information, and fast pathway with a frame rate capture motion. Maybe like to before president feeding, and then we have a diagram to pre-processing video raw and processing and file and PZ. Okay. Before feeding the data into the model, we perform a specific pre-processing step. Processing raw video file directory is computationally expensive. And then first video raw, and then extraction frame, processing frame, and then yes to normally set the pixel values as not skip and recess frame. Augmentation data, if yes, rotation or flip or crop is if not, confirm to array numpy. And then stack frame, add data, compress data, set a file npz, and last file npz. F us. The file npz is test. We are applied uniform frame spending and set the extension feature to into an PZ file. The format compress the data efficiently, making it much lighter and significantly speeding up the data loading process during our training phase. And the NPZ, we have two file, two folder, and then test and file. And then before pre-processing, size in the file, there to 5 gigabyte, and then the test we have the size of 206 megabyte. This is after processing, right? Maybe next to fase 3.
Okay, next training and implementation. I was responsible for the technical implementation. We configured model the Slovest ResNet 50 architecture using PyTorch and customize the head to detect or 3 engagement levels. And then to execute the training, I used the terminal directly, although default configuration is set 16. I especially offered the batch size to for via the command line commands. This adjustment was necessary to optimize the process for my laptop GPU memory limits without altering the main config file. As you can see, the training started from epoch 1 and we monitored the loss value closely to ensure it configured properly. And then as seen in this graph generated from our logs. Okay, the training loss represented by the blue line decreased steadily. Simultan, the validation accuracy, orange line, improved significantly, reaching over 84%. This confirmed the model successfully learned to distinguish engagement levels. Final train 87.93%, base validation accuracy 89 from logs, and enough next stage.
Nah, here is the demonstration of our final application build with Streamlit. We designed the user interface to be simple and intuitive for teacher or administrators. To use the system, user can simply upload a classroom video file here. Once uploaded, the system processes the input video frame by frame using our trained slow phase model in the background. Now, as you can see, the result is displayed immediately. The system outputs the predicted engagement level, whether it is high, medium, or low, along with a confidence score, giving users insight into the model's central value.
After seeing the application demo, let's move on to the evaluation metrics to measure the performance of our model. We evaluated it using the validation and testing datasets. The results are summarized using accuracy, precision, and recall. And here's the confusion metrics. Next to the validation dataset, which we use for hyperparameter tuning, the model achieved 84% accuracy. Meanwhile, on the testing dataset, the accuracy increased to 91%. This indicates that the model performs well on new and unseen data. As you can see in this confusion matrix, the model is very effective at distinguishing between high and low student engagement. This reliability is important to help teachers identify students who need more attention. Let's slide into future work. For future work, we plan to optimize the system for real-time processing on low-end devices and improve detection in crowded classrooms. In conclusion, this project provides a strong foundation for automated student engagement monitoring. That concludes our presentation. Thank you for your time and your attention.